They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny?
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their bench has provided. They've got this lead mainly because of the injection of energy and offense that they got from their reserves. That's what a coach wants to see. I'm guessing the minutes will be spread out a little bit in the second half.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
Ernie, they are way too weak defensively in the paint. They're getting walked over down low, giving up a ton of points. Barbecue chicken everywhere, with the sauce, without the sauce. We're having a Thanksgiving feast in here. That's a recipe for disaster. They cannot keep letting guys drive the lane, layups, lobs. Defense is weak, Ernie.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
Just absolute domination in this one for Williams. He has 9 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
He really has, Clark. Always with his head up, looking to make the pass, trying to find the open man.
Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. And it's Williams at the 1 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And it's good.
Chris Bosh.
That's 10 points for Chris Bosh.
And, you know, we saw Chris Bosh really ramp it up with the 3-ball last season. I mean, we frequently see vets do that. LaMarcus Aldridge is a recent example. Extending your range is a great way to keep playing at a high level, especially as you enter your 30s.
Mozgov kicks to Love. Cleveland moving it around. Just 5 on the clock. Williams against Dragic. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by Love. Love's got his 4th assist in this one.
That's 2 straight quick 3-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Now here's Wade. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Here's LeBron.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
Hey, get LeBron.
Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 6 assists in the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here. Good look. He'll make that one most of the time.
Cleveland's gone 6 or 7 from long range tonight. They've been on fire from way outside. Williams dishes to Mozgov. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
Heat ball.
There's a break in the action, so let's now take a look at the teams with the highest field goal shooting percentage. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. The Heat in 5th.
You know, this team has been outstanding in terms of shooting percentage. Any team that can shoot this well can only give themselves a much better chance to win. They share the ball, they take high-quality shots, and they're always on the same page offensively.
On the wing, Johnson, covered by Smith. Johnson, a wide open look. Miami no good on that time either.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. This is a nice third quarter surge here. They've got it going right now.
And a perfect time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half here.
Now here's Dragic, and they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. There's Green with the 3. No good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah,
right.
I'm putting you in.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss.
That's exactly why it's important to work hard on the offensive glass, fellas, for chances just like that.
Now here's Dragic. Back to Green. Plenty of space. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 6 assists now in the game. And Williams, here we go. Jefferson inside. Working on Green. Smith kicks to Love. To the inside. 5 on the clock. Got it. Good job in the low post. Love's got 5 now.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Now here's Dragic. Williams with the block. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Cleveland.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one. And for Kevin Love last season, he didn't want to be called a stretch four, but the numbers suggest he was exactly that. Nearly 1 out of every 2 shots he took was from 3, a much higher ratio than at any other time in his career.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. Tristan Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. Jones checked in for Jefferson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for J.R. Smith.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Cunningham, he's checked in for Williams.
In for your Cavaliers, Jared Cunningham.
For Miami, they've gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the 3rd quarter. As Greg was talking about Clark back to Love, it wasn't his choice to camp out from 3 last year. It was designed that way to create operating space for both LeBron and Kyrie.
Yeah, and you think about it, it's hard to ask a successful post player not to play to his strengths, but Love made the sacrifice, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that, Kevin.
And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Johnson draws the double. The wide open look here for Bosch. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. 1:09 left in the 3rd quarter. And it's slammed in by Varejao.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Dragic kicks to McRoberts. He dishes it to Winslow. Here's the screen. McRoberts inside. He's guarded by Varejao. McRoberts misses. Cleveland moving the ball around on the wing. Thompson. Chris Bosh with the rebound.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And that one's good.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Fast breaks yield easy buckets, guys. They've made the most of their chances in that regard. The defense not able to get set. You get a running start to the rim, you should get a good number of scoring chances that way.
Dragic kicks to Bosh. And Jones sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Wade. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Wade's got 6.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Cavaliers ahead, running away with it. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. The Heat shooting at 50% in a decent groove. On the floor for Miami, Udrich out there with Richardson. Then there's Haslam. Then there's Chris Anderson. And it's Wade in at the small forward. Haslam a screen. Second chance shot. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas. And the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Harris outside.
Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
Jefferson against Wade. The shot will not go. Jefferson with some nice D.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Into the playoffs last year, with Portland being a division winner, but getting that 4th seed, that played a huge role in this conversation about playoff seeding structure. San Antonio would end up playing the Clippers in the first round, even though both had better records than the Blazers.
Kevin, no doubt it's a tricky situation. Listen, you want to reward teams for winning their division, but every so often it comes at the expense of several other teams, like it did last year, who just play in stronger divisions. So I think that's something that the league is going to have to look at moving forward.
And there's the foul. It's on Jared Cunningham. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
James Jones, he's checked in for Cleveland. Green, he's checked in for the Heat. Richardson the pass to Udrich. Richardson kicks to Anderson. Feeds it to Haslam. There's a screen. Launches a 3. And there's Green on the assist by Haslam.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Kicks it out to Jones. The feed to Cunningham.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what, it would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
Miami with the ball after the Cavaliers pick up 3. Now Udrich. Over in the corner, Green fires the 3. Does not go down. That miss makes him 7 for 12 in the game. Jones drives in. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far. And with that whole concept of playoff reseeding, so often we'll see a 2nd or 3rd seed team get a 6th or 7th seed team in the second round. Meanwhile, Greg, the top seed plays the 4th seed no matter what.
You know, I think in a few cases it would have made a major difference in how the playoffs would have played out. And quite frankly, I think it also puts more value on the regular season if that number 1 seed could play a 7th seed, if you will, in the second round. So I think that's something that the commissioner and the competition committee might want to reassess.
Just 5 to shoot, and stolen by Udrich. Haslam dishes to Green. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And Varejao kicks to Jefferson. Soft touch off the glass. Jones has got 4 points in the quarter.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Outside, Green. He kicked